3 years ago, I launched my first software as a service. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a web app that allows you to charge on a subscription basis, meaning customers are paying you every single month. Back then it took me weeks and even months to launch my first software as a service, but with the new AI tools I could launch a new product in less than 14 days. But today I'm gonna show you how to go from idea to a product in less than 20 minutes. We'll show you how to set up the domain, how to host your web app for free, how to set up monthly payments, and how to build the first features even if you don't know how to code. By the end of this video, you'll be able to go from idea to a product in less than 1 hour, start solving real-life problems for customers, and kickstart your startup journey. And by the way, on this channel we share all sorts of tactics on how to build AI startups, landing pages, AI agents, all from zero, how to generate leads with AI. So if you like content like this, make sure to subscribe and like this video so you get more videos like this one. First of all, make sure you have Git installed on your machine. You can go to ChatGPT and write how to do this. We're gonna start with this SaaS starter, and basically this Next.js SaaS starter has everything we need. We are taking this template, we're gonna host it on a free hosting service, we're gonna attach a domain to it, we are gonna connect payments and all the other great stuff. So first of all we copy this one and we write git clone and the address. So it created a folder for us. We're gonna do cd SaaS starter. We're gonna set it up locally first. So we're gonna go run npm install. I'm gonna use Homebrew to install this on the Mac. Once everything is installed, I'm running again the command. And we have the project set up. We're gonna run npm db setup to set up the db. Just for testing locally, we're gonna have a local Postgres DB instance for the database. And now it's also asking us to get Stripe secret key. So I'm here on the Stripe dashboard. We go to dashboardstripe.com, test dashboard. You would obviously need to have some account in Stripe. If your country is not supporting Stripe, you'll need to use a different service. Personally, I opened an e-residency in Estonia and opened a company there. So now I can use Stripe. You can use Stripe Atlas and so on. I'm not gonna dive into this. Once you have this Stripe dashboard set up, go to the next step. So I'm here on test mode and here I have the secret key. I copy that and I paste it here. It's gonna create automatically a Stripe webhook for us. And basically what does it mean, a webhook? There are certain events like session completed, subscription updated, that every time that this event is firing, it will go to our app and our app will be able to handle this. So things like adding usage to the account, making sure that it paid, invoices and so on, this is handled with our webhook. Great, so it set up everything for us locally. And by the way, if you are getting an error with Stripe, then I got this error as well. So if you get 401, I used to set up Stripe on my account and it's expired. So simply do Stripe login. It will get you to Stripe again, approve access for your machine, and now you are good to go. Once we did the setup, we can go to these commands. So now we have a database and now it also created products on Stripe. If we'll take a look, products catalog, we see now that we have 2 new products. So we have the plus and we have the base, and also make sure that you're on test mode. Once everything is set up, we're gonna run npm dev, and now when we go to localhost 3000, we get this website. If we go to sign up and we put the information or sign in, we're gonna put test@test.com and we're gonna put admin 123. We now have this dashboard. Pretty cool. So we have like the admin dashboard, we have the activity, security, team. Nice. We have the pricing here. Now we're gonna test locally the webhook. So we're gonna set it up like this. Every event from Stripe is gonna go to this webhook. So we're gonna copy that one. We're gonna create a new CLI. We paste the command. Now we have a local webhook that is listening to Stripe events. If we now wanna test the payments, we're gonna go and put this information in the app. So we're gonna do get started. This is taken up to Stripe checkout. We're gonna put some random email. We're gonna put this credit card. We're gonna put again 44242. Make sure that it's not expiring. 4242. Put your country. And now we see also the name of the plan. So it's base, 14 days trial, $8 per month, start trial. Great. And now we see that the current plan is base. We can do manage subscription. And we see that we are paying $8 per month. If we'll go to our dashboard in the catalog and we'll do refresh, We go home. We can now see that we have a new customer. We can do view and we can see that this is the new customer that we just logged in. It's now an active subscription for $8. So we now completed the first stage of our software as a service. We now have a local environment where we can take payments. There is a dashboard, there is login, there is payments, everything. It's still not customized to our ideas. We didn't add features yet, but now the next stage is to be able for other people, which is not us, access this web app. And this is what we are gonna do next. So we have this local application and now we need to use some hosting service that will actually give us some address, www blah 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 blah, and this address will be accessed by users. There is all sorts of services you can use. Personally, my new favorite right now is render.com. The reason why is that you have a generous free plan, so we can host all of this for free. We have everything on one platform. So we have the database, we have Redis, we have the front end. We can do everything on one platform. It's also easy to publish our application. We'll see this in a moment. We go to render.com and we now go to dashboard. Of course, you need to sign in and do all this login stuff, but then you're gonna go start here. Now, if we click on add new web service, we see here that we have options to connect our project from GitHub. So we still did not upload our project to GitHub, so let's do that first. We go to github.com, we create a new repository. I'll call it test SaaS starter. It's gonna be private and we're gonna create repository. We're gonna take these 3 commands and we're gonna copy paste them. So first of all, copy paste this, the first. First, make sure that you go to the project locally. We're gonna paste the command. Okay, now when I try to put the command, it tells us that there is already an existing one. So first we need to remove it. Let's do git remote set URL origin and just copy the address that we got from GitHub. Now it's set up. Now we're gonna create a branch. Instead of main, we use master. This is the best practice. We copy paste this one and we change this to master as well. Great, so we do refresh and now we have the project set up right here on our own GitHub. We go back to render.com. We go here and we configure our GitHub. I already connected my GitHub here, so what I do is I only allow Render to access the projects that I wanted it to use. So you can do only select repositories and you can select the repositories you want Render to access. In this case, we give it the test SaaS starter, we do install. And now after we configured it, you can see the project. We click on that, we do connect. We're gonna keep language node, branch master, root folder, we're not gonna touch it. We also already see that we have the build command and the start command. We're gonna use the free instance in this case. And of course it's limited, but we use it for free for now. Next we get to the environment variables. Now this will help us set up the environment. So we'll take a look, we have like 5 variables. We can set already the hot secret. We're gonna put here hot secret and we're gonna run this command on our machine. This is generating this base64 code. We're just gonna paste it here. We're gonna create another one for our database. We're gonna put Postgres URL. And now, so previously we ran this command. So we have like db setup, db migrate, db seed. And what this helped us do is just set up our database locally. We can still do that, but the problem with setting us a database that is also together with your web app is that if your web app is done or you deleted your web app, all your data is gone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a different service that is the database. We're just gonna put a temporary value here. We're gonna do deploy service. Okay, so it tried to build our application, but there was an error. So because we have no database, it did some errors here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create our database. Go to new and Postgres, and it will open this view, put a name for it. We're gonna let it randomly generate all of these. This is the version we are using. We're gonna choose the free plan and we're gonna do create database. Okay, now it finished creating our database. We're gonna take the external database URL. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna go back to our application. We're gonna go to environments. Now we change Postgres URL to the new URL we got. We do edit, paste it here, and we do save and rebuild and deploy. While our application is being published, we're gonna connect to our database. I'm using pgadmin 4 to connect to our database, see that everything is looking nice and we have some nice UI. You can use different applications to do this. We're gonna do register server. I'm gonna call it render db. I'm gonna go to connections. Now here you're gonna copy the external database URL and you wanna take this one, copy and paste it on the host name address and just copy the rest of the details and click save. Once everything is great, you're gonna see this view. We're gonna go to databases. This is our database. We're gonna go to schemas, tables, and we see that there is no tables yet. Okay, now we got a new error about Stripe. So now we need to set up Stripe in our application. We need to add these two. So we're gonna copy this one back to the environments. We're gonna do edit. We're gonna do add new variable and put this one. Now, if you wanna publish this in production, not locally, not in test mode, you're gonna go to Stripe, and you're gonna go click on the test mode here, and you're gonna generate a new API key. On this case, we are still on test mode because this is just a video. So I'm using the same key that we used on the local setup. Go to home, you can copy this from here, paste it over here, click save and rebuild. Okay, now we see that it worked. Let's go to this address. And now we have the website, pretty cool, right? And let's actually test the login. So let's do sign up. So if you remember from the local setup, after we have everything running, we had to do some migrations. We had to create the test user, and we can do this as well on render. So if we go to render and we go to shell, we can connect and run these commands locally. We see here that we need to pay for getting access on this. So if you want to stay on the free plan, just follow the next instructions. What we're going to do is we're going to create users manually. We're going to do sign up. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that we try to sign in, we got some error. So let's fix that next. What we need to do is we need to go to our Postgres URL and we need to put here SSL true. Once you fix this, you're gonna get this error. Relation users does not exist. So we don't have the table users yet. Let's fix it. So to fix it, we go back to the settings and we now see the build command, right? And we also see pre-deploy command, and it says here that it's useful for database migrations and so on, which is exactly what we are looking for. Now this is in the paid plan, so you can upgrade to the paid plan and just use it and maybe downgrade if you want. We can also do this. So once it's running this one, we're gonna add these two commands. We're gonna do migrate and seed. Just for the first time, we need to set it up, and we're gonna do save changes. So this build command, as you can see, it's gonna run every time that we build our application. We want to run this one only one time. For now, we're just gonna do a quick hack, and then we're gonna edit this back. Now let's do a manual deploy. Now we see that our quick little hack worked, and it actually called these two files. It's also initiated the new user. So let's test this. We're gonna do sign up again. Let's take the info from the login. So test. Let's do sign in. Let's do test.test.com, admin 123, and great, now it's working. So now we have this screen, and now we are on the free plan. And what we also see on Stripe is that it created two new products, because this setup, these two files are actually migrating our database, but also creating the products automatically. So if you want to edit the products, you need to go to the code and edit it over there. And also if you want this product to be created on your production environment, on your real environment, make sure that again, you toggle this off. Okay, now there is one missing step here, which is the Stripe webhook. Whenever there is a payment going on, we want this to take to our production webhook, and this is how we do it. So we go to webhooks and we go to add endpoint. Now, because I don't want to do this 2 times, first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a domain. So here, as you can see, we have this ugly domain from render.com. It's still pretty good, we can still use it, but what if you want your own domain name? So I like using Porkbun. You can also use Namecheap, you can use Cloudflare, you can use whatever service you want to buy your domains. And I already bought my domain over here. And to set up our domain, the first thing I'm doing is I'm moving this domain from Porkbun, Namecheap, whatever you bought it. We go to click the name servers and we're gonna move it to Cloudflare. So I already done that, but let's walk through this step by step. So once you are logging and signing up to Cloudflare, you're gonna have this account, and I'm not gonna explain about Cloudflare. It's a pretty good service. It provides a lot of free options. It's great with the security and so on. You can do your own research. And another cool thing that I did recently on Cloudflare is that I set up an email account, an inbox, using this new domain. So it's pretty crucial if you are starting a new business, but this is some of the benefits. So we start here on this and you're gonna do add domain. Once you have your domain created, you're gonna go to DNS, and on the DNS, you're gonna copy these name servers, these 2 name servers, and you're gonna put them on your service. So in this case, I put it here, I do submit. It will take a few, maybe hours, maybe minutes until it's updating, and Cloudflare has full access to this. Once you have full access on Cloudflare, you're gonna go to SSL and TLS, and you're gonna make sure that you have current encryption mode on full. Okay, so you can do configure, you can make sure that it's on full, and that's how you set it up. Now we have our domain on Cloudflare. Let's set it up on render.com, which is the simplest thing you can ever imagine. So go to settings, and first of all, let's delete these 2 because we don't need them anymore. Save changes. go to settings, and now we are here. So do add custom domain. I'm gonna put my domain, save. And now we're gonna copy this address. We're gonna go to Cloudflare. You're gonna go to DNS. You're gonna do add record, and we're gonna do CNAME. You're gonna put here this sign, and you're gonna turn off and put the address. You're gonna do save. We have this one. Then we're gonna do another record, CNAME, www, same address, turn off this proxy status, save. And now we have these two addresses. Go back to render.com, click verify. And now it's verified and certificate issued. Click verified as well on here. And this verified as well. Now this might take a few minutes, a few hours. I already done this process. So for me it's quicker. Maybe for you it will take a little bit more time. Now if we go to this address, we see our cool web app, our SaaS. Gonna do sign in here. Test. 1, 2, 3. Sign in. Great, now we have our application with our new domain. This is pretty cool. Okay, now back to our setup on Stripe. So once we have the domain, we're gonna need to add 2 more variables over here. So we're gonna do edit. And if we go back to the setup of the project on GitHub, we see that we have base URL over here. And here we just need to update this to our production domain. Click add, new variable, base URL, copy the address, paste it here. And now we also want to have the Stripe webhook. So we're going to put here the webhook here, and we're going to click here. So here we can see the address that we need to route our webhook. We're going to edit this. I'm going to put it here, just edit and give it this one. And then we're going to go to the Stripe dashboard developers. We are creating our new endpoint. We're just going to copy paste the value. Here we're going to select the events we want to listen to. For now, it's going to be completed and updated. We're gonna do session completed, session updated. We're gonna do customer subscription created, deleted, updated, subscription paused. And these are some of the basic ones. You can add more later. We can do add endpoint, click reveal, copy your secret, go to the settings again, paste it over here. Make sure that it starts with WH secret sec, save, rebuild and deploy. Okay, now it finished deploying. Let's go back to our application. Let's do some refresh here. Let's manage subscription and let's buy the plus plan. Let's get started here. We put the basic information here. We start trial and that's it. Now we got the plus plan. Let's go to the Stripe to see our webhook. And now we see that we have this webhook. This session was created, completed. If we go to our product catalog, we take a look at the plus plan and we can now see one active subscription. And yeah, this is our new user, test@test.com. Okay, so now we have local environment, production environment. It can run on our domain. We have Stripe, we have payments. Now we want to add some features of our own, right? So you can go to the project folder, install Cursor AI, and go to the Cursor AI IDE. This one, if you want really good performance, you need to pay the $20 a month. If you don't want to hire a developer or do everything yourself, just buy Cursor AI, and I use it daily. We're gonna open it here, and now let's go to, for example, dashboard. And if we now go to page.tsx on the dashboard folder, we see now that we have the landing page. So we can simply go to Composer, go to Agent. We can pick the model that we want to use. I use Sonnet, you can use 3.7. You can describe your product here, some of the features you want to add. Let's say we want to build a CRM. So we're just going to tell it in pretty much a lot of details why we want to build this. So here I just told it that I want to build a CRM for restaurants and to change this page. I'm just doing basic prompts right now, but if you really want to build a product, you're going to dive into this much more. We're going to accept it. And we see that it now made some changes. So we see restaurant CRM. We see that we have some features here. We see all this great stuff. Now, if we want to update this on our page, we're going to add this with Git. We're going to add the page that we just added. We're going to generate commit automatically. We're going to commit. We're going to push it. Once we push new code, we now can see this on render.com, which is again another cool feature. We didn't need to set up anything. We just have auto deployments. We see that it's finished. We refresh our application. And now we go to our website and we see the updates. That's pretty cool. And now the next steps really depends on you. You're gonna define your application, what problem you are solving. There is a different video on this channel on how to design your landing page, how to make sure it converts step by step. A few other words is that you need to take a look also at the license. So because we are using an open source project, you need to make sure that you include this in your projects. If you want to reuse it, the MIT license, you can read about it here. You can resell it, you can use some things, but you need to make sure that there is copyright here. I'm not a lawyer, but make sure that you follow legal stuff here. And this is by no means legal advice. Now, the next thing you'll need to do after building your application, launching it, everything we did in this video, you'll need to get customers. So I have a playlist on the channel, you can see it right there, about how to get customers with Twitter marketing while building your personal brand. So go watch it after this video. And by the way, if you don't want to do all this process yourself, set up the domains, the database, the payments, everything that we did so far in this video, I'm launching a new service that I'm taking one customer per month, and I help them take their idea, launch it on production, everything we did in this video, including building the features, making sure everything is working, testing, all the setup. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter, there is a link below. Now, after we build the initial MVP, we see that we now have a free plan, we can launch it all for free. Then we can upgrade the servers, we can pay more for it. But next, once you are able to get thousands of customers and so on, these prices might go up and you need more maintenance, you need more support. So if you need someone to help you on this journey, you can reach me out on Twitter, on LinkedIn. If you have budget, if you've done your research and you are ready to launch your idea, we can launch your idea in 14 to 60 days. It really depends on you. I showed you that we can do this pretty quickly, and I also have years of experience launching these kinds of products. So if it's something that is relevant for you, reach out to me and I'll just give you some plan that we can kickstart your idea and build your startup with your AI agent, build an MVP. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe, like. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next ones. Bye bye.